Hi, I'm Liesel. Today I'm going to take you through our latest release and show you some new functionality which is going to make your lives easier as you code and create awesome apps. Today we're going to look at the new asset folder. Then we'll look at global actions or solution actions. We've made file handling easier. We've also given you the ability to delete dynamic data tables in management, and we've improved Salesforce provider and the way that you find your objects through IntelliSense. When a device is offline, you want to be able to still see the images and icons in the app. To do that, we used to add images and icons as assets to the index.jigx file. We've now moved them to their own folder called assets. You'll see this in the Explorer. So when you go ahead and you now add a jig, for example, and we decide we're going to add an icon, let's say, for example, we want to add an icon of the Rocky Mountains, you will see that automatically an icons file appears underneath the assets folder, and in there you will see your Rocky Mountains has been added with auto-generated because we've auto-generated this for you. You can also manually add your own icon set here. So for example, if you have icons in a data source and you want to add them here for caching, you can by all means go and do that manually. Now the same applies for images. Images are carried over automatically from headers in your jigs. So when you create a jig, it creates a header for you and automatically you will see that that is in the images file. Also auto-generated. If you go and change the images, so for example, I want to change the header from header to a different image of a mountain, for example, I can go ahead and do that and you will see it will update in the image file. Same thing, once again, you can manually go ahead and add any additional images that might be in use through a data source, for example, and you can reference it in your assets file. Moving over to actions, we've created a folder for you in the Explorer. This is for your global actions or solution actions. You create it once and you use it in multiple jigs. The purpose of this would be, for example, if I have on focus and I want to add it to multiple jigs and I'm going to sync entities from the same data source, I can quite easily create one action for it and add that action to multiple jigs. It is pretty simple. You define your action under the folder, you go to your jig that you want to add that action to. Where you would normally go and configure the action, you literally choose execute action and you are able to choose the file async entities which we created under the actions folder, and it's as simple as that. The bonus part of this is that you can actually create contextual parameters as well to pass between your global action and the jig that you're currently working in. File handling in Jigx just got easier. You're able to convert the format from buffer, base64, local URI, or data URI. This you can do in functions, SQL, and REST, both in the data sources as well as actions. Here you'll see we have a function and we have created the conversion for a property called file from the local URI to buffer URI. Then within the jigs, to call the actual file that we want, we have used the state.value. And it's as simple as that. In dynamic data, we've made it now possible for you to clean up any unused tables and data. It is pretty simple that you just go to Jigx Builder, remove the table that you no longer need in that solution, publish that out. Head over to Jigx Management. There you will see that the table will now move to a unused tab. And within that you can see the data as well. Here I would suggest you make a backup of that data by clicking on the download button and you will get a JSON file. From there you can go ahead and delete the individual data by selecting them and clicking on the delete record, or you can go ahead and just delete the whole table and that will also delete the records in the table. Be aware that if you delete the whole table, it's gone forever and you won't be able to get it back unless you restore from your backup. We've made a small change to the Salesforce data provider, but I think it has a huge impact. It is now able to recognize the standard Salesforce objects and provide a list of these back in IntelliSense for you to select. So for example, if I go and select the Salesforce broker and I want to choose the account entity, I can now hit IntelliSense, which is control and space, and have a look and choose my account. It is that simple. Let's look at this functionality within an app. We have a trail running app with 3 jigs, one to capture the hiker's details, one to list all my friends that are going to go hiking with me, and then one to update their details. So first of all, let's have a look at the assets. So you can see we have images of the mountains, we have icons. If I first have a look at the icons, there we go. I have all my icons listed, and images, I have the header images listed there. What does this mean? Well, if I go offline, I will still have all my images showing. There we go. All my images nicely showing, and my icons that have cached. Right, let's go back online and have a look at the actions. Right, we have global actions. I have a SQL database. I want to sync my entities from there, and I need to do this in 2 jigs at least, so I don't need to repeat it. I created once under my global or shared action folder, and then within my hiking friends, you will see I have used it for both the on focus and on refresh. I only have to call it once. And then again in my update detail, you'll see my on focus, I have called it there again. Right. The next thing that I've done is I have converted the images. So my profile picture, when I upload it, I convert it from local URI to buffer so that it can go and be stored in the SQL database. To do that, I've created 3 functions. I have a create function. There we go. You can see my Hiker Azure database, and within that I have made a conversion of the photo from local URI to buffer. My photo is set to file, encoding binary. I have my get hikers. There we go. This is just so that I can list them from the SQL database. Once again, I am doing the conversion the other way around from buffer to local URI because I want to show it within my listing. And then update hikers, once again, I need to show the conversion here from local URI to buffer because I would be updating the image. So what does this look like in the actual jigs? You'll see that in the jigs, I have not necessarily called any conversion or changed it here. What I have done is I've controlled the size of the image using image cropping. You can also use image quality if you want in the media picker. And then just to execute the action, I have used execute action together with the function call for creating hikers. And to post the photo, I have used state.value. Hiking friends, this is just a list, a straight list. There's nothing different about that. Location, here's my image, one of the images that I'm using on the front. And then to update the details, you will see once again, I am using my function with update hiker. I'm returning my photo, and I'm controlling the size of my photo. All right, let's see what that looks like. Let's go ahead and create a new hiker. Frank Johnson, we're going to give him a mobile number, and we're going to give him a photo. There we go, let's create him. If I hop over to my list, there we go, Frank has joined us, he's going hiking with us. And then, oops, if I wanted to update him, because I, for example, used the wrong photo, let's go ahead and change his photo because by accident that was the wrong person. And if I update him, There we go. We'll see his update. Excellent. Let's hop over quickly to our database and see what is happening here. So within my SQL database, if I do a query, I can have a look and see there is Frank Johnson. I can see his photo has been uploaded in Buffer, and I can see the size of the image. All right, hope that helps you see the functionality that we are releasing, and I hope you're able to use it. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't registered yet, head over to Jigx.com where you can register and start using Jigx today. If you want to learn more about Jigx and how to build apps, go to docs.jigx.com and join us at our community on community.jigx.com. We'd love to hear from you.